now a lot of people online are asking for the WNBA to review this play because as multiple angles have come out of this play, it seems like it might have been intentional.
Did you catch the latest drama involving Caitlin Clark? In a surprising turn of events that's making headlines, Dijonai Carrington accidentally poked Clark in the eye during a playoff game, yet the officials chose not to call a foul. Rachel DeMita is weighing in, and she's clearly upset about the situation.
Dijonai Carrington poked Caitlin Clark in the eye. Caitlin fell to the ground. She was holding her face. The refs did not call a foul. They didn't call a flagrant foul. The play continued. But now a lot of people online are asking for the WNBA to review this play because as multiple angles have come out of this play, it seems like it might have been intentional.
You might be asking yourself how the referees overlooked something so clear-cut. But that's only the tip of the iceberg in this unfolding drama.
Caitlin Clark was assaulted yesterday in her very first playoff game in the WNBA. We've seen the animus.
The incident took place within the first 2 minutes of the game between the Connecticut Sun and the Indiana Fever. The excitement in the arena was palpable, but no one could have foreseen the unexpected turn of events. As Clark drove toward the basket, she abruptly flinched in agony. Carrington's finger had inadvertently struck her eye. Can you believe it? Astonishingly, the referees overlooked the entire situation.
Internet doing what the internet does, they found a second angle to this play, and this is where a lot of fans were saying that this was intentional. It's in slow motion, as you can see here. Dijonai is going up for the ball, she misses, and then her hand bends down like this and goes straight into.
Clark was visibly in distress following that incident. You'd see her frustration as she pushed herself to continue playing despite the pain. But this situation goes beyond just one game. It has the potential to impact the entire WNBA. The outcry is growing, and fans are calling for action. So what comes next? You're about to discover.
Many people are calling for the WNBA to review this. Many people are calling for Dijonai Carrington to be suspended for the next game. A lot of people are also saying that the WNBA needs to overhaul the referees, that they have just been absolutely awful this season. I think Dijonai Carrington poked her in the eye on purpose. She was reckless when she was going for the steal. She didn't care where her hand.
You might believe this poke was rough, but it's only the beginning. Clark has endured blows all season, and the statistics are so astonishing you'll question how she's still competing on the court. Let's take a closer look at some mind-blowing numbers.
One of the things that I brought up this morning in talking about Caitlin Clark is that some of the players, you want to use the word jealousy, fine. You want to use the word envy, fine. You want to use the word resentment. We want to play with words. That's cool. It's something. And I think that some of the ladies, not all, but some of the ladies in the WNBA are missing the point. And the point is, this girl right here is a box office attraction.
Did you know that Caitlin Clark has faced an astonishing 177% of the flagrant fouls recorded in the NFL this season? That's not a mistake. She's been subjected to such intense contact that her tally of flagrant fouls surpasses the total for the entire league combined.
This is the kind of reputation that the WNBA starts to get, because there was also a stat that came out a few weeks ago that said Caitlin Clark received 17% of the WNBA's flagrant fouls this season, and 80% of those flagrant fouls were committed by the Chicago Sky against Caitlin Clark.
And it gets even wilder from there. A staggering 80% of those fouls came from just one team, the Chicago Sky. It's as if they have a target on her back.
I think that the refs missed this one big. I think this should, at the very minimum, have been a flagrant one. Because you guys, a flagrant one doesn't necessarily mean that somebody purposefully tried to injure another player. It could just be a reckless basketball play. But flagrant fouls are put in place to protect players, and the NBA, I feel like, does this really well. And the refs should also be aware that the most eyeballs at any given moment are going to be on Caitlin Clark. So call it a special whistle, call it whatever you need it to be. If you don't want to have constant viral videos of other WNBA players fouling Caitlin and the internet being in an uproar saying that players are doing this on purpose.
Now you might be wondering, is this typical? Is Clark just being too aggressive? The answer is a firm no. These numbers are staggering and raising critical questions about the WNBA. Is Clark being unfairly targeted, or is the league's physical play getting out of hand? Fans are starting to take notice, and they're not pleased. Social media is buzzing with reactions from shocked supporters who can't believe what they're witnessing. Concerns about player safety are growing, particularly for star players like Clark, who brings so much excitement to the game. But it's not just the fans who are worried. Basketball analysts and former players are weighing in, pointing out that this level of physicality is not only unfair, but also dangerous. They're urging the WNBA to take action before someone gets seriously injured. The eye poke incident may be the tipping point, highlighting a problem that has been simmering all season.
These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan.
It's been a good season.
They cannot have fucked this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they try.
The pressure is mounting for the WNBA to implement changes. We could be on the brink of a significant shift in how the league manages physical play, all sparked by what happened to Caitlin Clark. What's even more troubling is that Dijonai Carrington appears to have deliberately struck her in the eye. This isn't the first time she's committed such a flagrant foul. Consider this. If the WNBA doesn't respond now, what message does that send to young players aspiring to join the league?
There have been cheap shots, there have been hard fouls, there have been other plays that haven't even been called flagrant fouls, but when you have the face of your league getting nearly 20% of all flagrant fouls called against her, that is an issue, and that's not just an issue that the players have to work out. That is from top down, that goes to the commissioner level. Like, that is the level that needs to control these kinds of...
It's not just about safeguarding Clark. It's about upholding the integrity of the game and ensuring that its future stars feel secure on the court. Just when you thought the Caitlin Clark controversy couldn't escalate further, Rachel DeMita enters the fray. Her passionate perspective on the situation is so striking that it has fans and players alike questioning whether this could be the pivotal moment the WNBA never anticipated.
Incident, it got me thinking about how the WNBA loves to brag about the fact that they are a very physical league, and that's what a lot of players and coaches said about Caitlin Clark and about the rookie class coming into the league, is that that was going to be something that they would need to adjust to. They would need to adjust to the physicality of this league. It's very physical, and you're not going to get the same kind of looks that you did in college. Like, the list goes on. These WNBA players, GMs, coaches, all of the above like to take pride in the fact that the league is very physical.
Rachel DeMita isn't just another basketball commentator. She's a significant voice in the basketball community, and her words carry weight. So when she shared her thoughts on the Caitlin Clark incident, it sent shockwaves throughout the WNBA. DeMita didn't hold back. She criticized the league for its failure to protect its star players.
The question I'm going to pose here today is, why is that something that you're proud of? I honestly think that the physicality in the WNBA is going to hurt it in the long run.
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me, but no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually.
We're not talking about minor pushes here. She's referring to serious, potentially career-threatening plays that are being overlooked. Can you imagine if this happened in the NBA? There would be an uproar. But DeMita's perspective takes a fascinating turn. She proposed a game-changing idea, introducing a special whistle for top players like Caitlin Clark.
A lot of NBA fans will say that the NBA is soft now. You can't get away with anything. And you know what? That's so true. Because Adam Silver has gone out of his way to protect his players and also make the game a lot quicker. We've seen in the past 10 years, the NBA style has evolved in a way that I personally think is a much more exciting.
So when she unleashed her thoughts on the Caitlin Clark incident, it sent shockwaves through the entire WNBA.
That there has been a lot of changes to the way that fouls are called, the clear path foul, flagrant fouls, hand checking. There are so many things that have been put into play to speed up the game, make the scoring go up in the game, and allow players more protection because these NBA players are playing so many games.
This practice is already in place in the NBA, and DeMita believes it's time for the WNBA to follow suit. However, the question remains, is this the right solution, or could it lead to more complications? The statistics DeMita cited are staggering. Caitlin Clark has faced 177% of the flagrant fouls recorded in the NFL this season. Yes, that's more than the entire league combined. And astonishingly, 80% of those fouls originated from just one team.
I feel like the WNBA should be even softer and even stricter rules when it comes to fouls, even more so than the WNBA players play on the floor. They do not play above the rim like in the NBA. What is exciting about the women's game? It's exciting when the game is quick, the ball is moved around, players are shooting from well behind the arc. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. Is it exciting to see players battling in the post, fouling and bully ball in excessive physicality in the game? To me, isn't as exciting to
making it feel like there's a target on Clark's back. DeMita didn't stop there. She demanded better officiating, and an end to the nonsense that has been allowed to slide. She stated, "This excessive physicality has to be addressed. The WNBA is known for its physical play, but we need better referees and to stop letting players get away with nonsense." Caitlin Clark had a tough outing in her first playoff game against the Sun, and Molly Qerim was quick to highlight it, claiming Caitlin struggles under pressure. ESPN appeared to support this narrative by sharing a video on Instagram showcasing Caitlin's first playoff points, but they also included clips of 2 turnovers and 3 missed layups from earlier in the game, which many viewers found misleading. Caitlin also faced losses in both her WNBA regular season and playoff debuts against the Connecticut Sun. Some fans have criticized her demeanor, accusing her of throwing tantrums when calls didn't go her way, with a few suggesting that this attitude is the reason she hasn't won a championship yet.
Exactly what I'm saying, because I think it makes a mockery of the women's game. If the focus on, now we just have to have people because of marketing and their attention, and they're not as talented, and we're not putting the best team out.
As Caitlin Clark's star continues to rise, breaking records and surpassing expectations, Molly Qerim has taken a more critical stance. Rather than celebrating Caitlin's remarkable talent and impact on the WNBA, Molly has focused on narratives that undermine her success. This has led to speculation that jealousy might be influencing Molly's perspective, as she often diverts attention from Caitlin's accomplishments.
The biggest star in American sport, and I stand by it because she's the only one capable of taking nothing and making it something. The WNBA was nothing before Caitlin Clark, and she has made it into something.
The tension between Molly Qerim and Caitlin Clark has reached a boiling point, reflecting not just Molly's opinions, but also how the sports media perceives Clark's impact on the WNBA. Caitlin's journey represents more than her individual achievements. It symbolizes the advancement of women's sports and the voices that can either propel it forward or hold it back. Molly, recognized for her incisive commentary on ESPN's First Take has been a respected figure in sports media. However, her recent comments about Caitlin have sparked controversy, prompting many to question her true motives.
She's amazing in and of herself. She's an incredible basketball player. I think I can say that she's great, and I can say that there are 143 women that helped get the league to this place that she could take it over the top. And it's okay. Like, that's not an affront to anyone.
When Molly Qerim suggested that Caitlin Clark's rising fame was more about her marketability than her basketball talent, many were taken aback.